Hi, I'm Tommy Taylor with Solid Rock Guitar Company. Today I'd like to explain how you tell if a guitar is dried out or not. A lot of people in the winter time, they take guitars out of the cases and leave them out by a heat source. It could be a wood stove or something that has a lot of dry heat, and the tops can get so dry they can almost get to a point of cracking. So the first thing you want to do is to get a hygrometer like this and put it inside the guitar and cover the sign hole up and put it back in the case for probably a day and a half and get a good reading on this. This is like for a cigar humidifying box, the humidor, whatever they call it. They're cheap, $10. So get the reading on it. You don't want it to go under 35% relative humidity, because the guitar can begin to damage under that, especially a handmade guitar, because they're more susceptible to drying because it's all solid wood. The tops are slightly thinner, and with the bracing scalloped and everything, they sound much better, but they're also you have to monitor the moisture. So once you get the reading on that, like I say, you don't want to let it get under 35%. And if you do have an issue with 35% moisture or less, the way you tell is if the hard grain is standing up. If you look at the guitar and you feel the grain, or if you feel the fret ends, then you know that you're getting a dry guitar. If you lose the dome behind the bridge, if the top goes flat or even starts to sink down, that's a definite indicator that the guitar is drying out. So what I normally do, instead of using one of the little tubing things that you buy from the store, they work some, they're pretty good, but I like to just loosen the strings and put wax paper in there and wet the sponge completely and wring it out and let it sit inside, resting on the top or the back of the guitar, and cover the sign hole, put it in a case for a day and a half, and then take it back out, and it should come up to probably 60 or 70% relative humidity, and that's what you would want. And then you can check the dome on the top. You can look at the hard grain, the fret edges, because if the frets are sticking out past the fingerboard is shrinking. It's getting less in width, so the frets will be showing. So that's a good way to do it, is with sections of sponges, and it doesn't take long. You can leave it in there for a day or 2 days. Just make sure you have wax paper under it, and then recheck. But periodically check it with a hygrometer. Make sure you have a hygrometer. I tell people that I build guitars for to be sure to monitor that. I've had a little bit of problems. I'm sure everybody that's built handmade instruments, if the people don't, then it's very possible you can have a damaged guitar from dryness. So that's what you want to watch. So the main thing is to keep this in the guitar, not in the case, and don't just put something that is supposed to emit moisture into the guitar by just laying it in a case, because it won't do it. And keep the guitar inside a case in the winter when you're not playing it. Take it out, play it, put it back in the case, because you don't want to leave them sitting around a heat source. So this is a Sunburst Adirondack. Both of these have Adirondack tops on them, and if they're down to 0.11, they're pretty thin, and you get the optimum sound that way, but you have to be very careful. So thank you for listening.